Human life, this body you inhabit, is the most precious thing you possess. So don't be ashamed of yourself. Your state of mind is your truest treasure. So don't trample it. Your days are priceless. So don't spend them as if they were cheap. We arrive in the world with unequal beginnings. Some are born into abundance, cars, houses, money that seems to multiply on its own. Others are born into thin fate, no one to lean on, no one to call in the dark. Yet, whatever your starting point, do not belittle yourself. However harsh your circumstances, do not surrender. The world turns without warning. A season comes when the person you are becomes the person you once longed to be. It is easy to think wealth guarantees ease. It does not. Those with money are not necessarily smiling. Their sorrows are often hidden behind closed doors and polite conversation. And those without money are not necessarily without joy. If you don't have silk clothes and jade meals, if you have only plain clothing and simple food, so what? If you know how to be content, if you know what is enough, then you are not lacking. Happiness is not a trophy others can verify. It is a quiet recognition in your own heart. What is money, really? It is something people earn and something people spend. If you live too harshly, counting every coin like a prayer of fear, if you crave something you love but never dare to buy it, tell me, is that abundance? Or is that poverty wearing a careful mask? Many exhaust themselves chasing money, only to lose the person while the money remains. The account grows, the soul shrinks. Is that victory? And what is a home? A home is not an object to display. It is a place to live, a place to return to with a loosened heart. So don't turn your home into a chain, worrying day and night about rent, installments, debts whispering like insects at your ear. Living with the mind bound to obligations, isn't the heart tired? A home does not need to be large. It does not need to sit in a good neighborhood. It needs breath, a little gentleness, a corner of beauty, flowers, birdsong, a window that lets peace come in. We confuse the shape of life with the meaning of life. We confuse rank with worth. But life is not necessarily about great wealth or high position. It is about meaning. Happiness is not something to measure against others. It is something you learn to feel for yourself. Joy is not something others manufacture for you. It rises, sincere and quiet, from within. There is a kind of turning inward that is not selfish but essential. To watch your own heart, its weather, its tides, may be the most honest work you will ever do. Life is vast beyond measure. Yet what you can truly understand is your own mind. And still, the days pass with their familiar ache. Sorrow not yet finished, worries not yet resolved. Evening stains the sky violet. The sunset is dyed with a tender grief. The street quiets, and someone's footsteps ring slow in the distance. In such moments, the question returns, plain and unavoidable. Where am I going as life drifts toward the horizon? How many days have I squandered in a dim fog, stumbling forward without seeing? So ask it directly. What do I value most in this life? There is an old story told in mountain air. A miserable woman once sought a Zen master, hoping he would teach her how to live happily. He asked her one question, simple, sharp as a bell. "What do you value most?" She frowned, thought for a long time, and admitted she did not understand. The master smiled. "What you value," he explained, "decides whether you can be happy. If you value reputation, face, pride, then humiliation will scorch you. If you value wealth and profit, loss will feel like being cut open. If you value beauty, time will become your enemy. If you cling to romantic love, heartbreak becomes inevitable when another changes. If you cling tightly to family emotions, you become grass before the wind, unable to stand when misfortune touches those you love." The woman realized she had been clutching all of them at once. No wonder anxiety had followed her like a shadow. Then she asked, "What should I value so that I can be happy?" The master answered gently, "Protect your spiritual life and your morality. A person with inner discipline does not panic when money is lost, because money is only a tool. Tools can be replaced, virtue cannot. Such a person does not erupt when insulted, does not collapse when treated coldly, does not drown when family meets adversity. Humiliation, indifference, aging, gain, and loss. These are outside our control. They cannot touch the ground of a steady inner life. If you can remain peaceful amid impermanence, is that not real happiness? This is the documentary truth of a human life. The outer world changes constantly, but the inner life determines whether change becomes tragedy or weather. So if you want more joy, don't place your happiness in glittering, superficial things. Learn a simple life, not as deprivation, but as clarity. Be thrifty, but don't become cruel with your own needs. Don't save so fiercely that you forget to live. Anyone who measures people by money will eventually become a servant to money. Be a little lazy sometimes. Rest is not a crime. But don't sink into cowardice and passivity. What needs doing, do it well. Carry a spirit of contribution so you do not become a parasite clinging to society. Have ambition, but don't let it harden into arrogance. Have intelligence, but don't mistake cleverness for superiority. The moment you believe everyone else is foolish, you become the single most foolish person in the room. Be tolerant, yes, but do not let tolerance become permission for others to repeat their wrongs. Keep your principles. Keep your self-respect. There is a strange freedom in being simple. Not simple as in slow-minded, but simple as in unburdened, clear-eyed, easy breathing. When opportunities come, you strive. When something cannot be obtained, you learn to smile and let it pass. When a feeling cannot be reached, you release it gently. The overly calculating heart is a tired heart. The spacious heart can yield small profits, overlook surface pride, offer a compliment without selling its soul. It sees through ugliness without needing to announce it. It walks away from petty games, not because it is blind, but because it refuses to donate its peace to trivial battles. Demand less, and the home becomes harmonious. Argue less, and love lasts longer. Calculate less with friends, and friendship grows stronger. Not fighting for everything is not weakness. It is wisdom, and often compassion. Releasing yourself is also releasing others. Life, too, is a series of roles we rotate through: child, sibling, spouse, parent, worker, friend. Lightness comes from knowing which role you are in and letting your mindset match the life you are living. With parents, open your heart. They gave you life, and their love is often the last unconditional shelter you will ever know. Don't grow impatient with their aging, their forgetfulness, their complaints. Speak with them about your inner troubles. Their experience can widen your view. With children, don't imprison everything inside rigid rules. Dignity and love must walk together. Say no when needed, firmly, but speak as a human being, not a law. Offer choices instead of constant commands. With a life partner, allow softness. A family is not a battlefield. A home is not a trash bin for bitterness. Share your fatigue, your pressure, your need for comfort. Mutual tenderness builds a life more surely than winning arguments ever will. With work, accept challenge. Work shapes discipline and maturity. We cannot choose only what we like. We must learn, to endure difficulty, to harmonize, to refine ourselves day by day. With friends, relax. Before true friends, you do not need to perform strength. Share your sorrows and joys. Being supported is not a luxury. It is part of being human. And with yourself, take off the mask. If you never care for your inner life, your cheerfulness becomes paint on a cracked wall. Give yourself quiet. Let the mind settle. The body is a tool. The mind is the master of the house. When you examine all matters, nothing lies beyond the word heart. We cannot change the weather, but we can change our mood. Rain does not require despair. Heat does not require fear. The outer world does what it does. Your task is to keep your inner life from becoming hostage to it. When the heart carries seeds of joy, the fruit becomes smiles. When it carries complaint, the fruit becomes resentment. When it carries love, the fruit becomes tolerance. Appearance, too, is born from the heart. Joy makes a person graceful. Hatred makes a person ugly. The face is a mirror the soul eventually forces into honesty. And there are gifts beyond price. Gifts that require no purchase but mean everything when given. Listening that is real, not impatient. Care that shows up in time and attention. A smile that doubles joy and halves sorrow. Praise that is sincere and specific. Creativity, small surprises for those you love. Quietness offered at the right moment. Gratitude spoken simply. Thank you. Water your life before the tears run dry. Live with your whole heart before life runs out. Growing up is not only learning how to win. It is learning how to endure without becoming bitter. Some people, facing misunderstanding, do not rush to explain. Facing criticism, they do not argue. Facing slander, they do not scramble to correct. Their silence is not weakness. It is trust that time reveals what is true. Silence can lighten the heart more than empty defense. Maturity is also the ability to forgive. Not forgiving is a prison. We lock up those who harmed us and sit in the cell with them, guarding the door, keeping the key, telling ourselves we will never let them out. But in that moment, we are the one imprisoned. Forgiveness, then, is not excusing harm. It is releasing your own throat from the hands of the past. Life is to be experienced, not calculated. Happiness is to be felt, not advertised. Love is to connect, not to test. Material things are to be used, not shown off. Trust is to reassure, not to pressure. Letting go is not erasing. It is stopping the bleed. Not living in nostalgia is letting go. Not obsessing over the future is abiding in the present. Not clinging to those who have left is serenity. Not tormenting yourself for what you do not have is following the way. There are sufferings you must see through if you want to be free. Failure is ordinary. Falling is not tragedy. Refusing to rise is. The road ahead belongs to the one who stands up. Not seeing yourself clearly is a quieter suffering. Living trapped in loops, missing the calm behind the noise, missing the way home in a lifetime of exhaustion. Regret is another chain. The past cannot be repaired into perfection. Some events cannot be changed. Some words cannot be taken back. Living in regret is living a day of torment, and not knowing how to let go of people, of guilt, of anxious thoughts, is carrying a boulder for 10,000 miles. The Buddha's way is not the accumulation of burdens. It is learning to wash attachment away, returning to the gentle nature beneath fear. If you want to recognize happiness, look at small things. A safe arrival home is happiness. Laughter inside a modest house is happiness. Being able to do what you love is happiness. Having fewer illnesses is happiness. Being encouraged when discouraged is happiness. Having someone say, "It's okay, I'm here," when you cry is happiness. And sometimes happiness is building a quiet temple inside your own heart, even in the noise of the world. Life teaches by rubbing us raw. Pain teaches generosity. Conflict teaches tolerance. Deceit teaches sincerity. Fame teaches letting go. Exhaustion teaches quiet purity. Nothing you meet is accidental. People enter your life to leave a lesson, a feeling, a mark. The world is not always fair, but the mind can be. Meet what comes with ease, like smoke and clouds. 100 years is like a dream. We toil, we worry, we gather, we lose, and then one day we fall asleep. Inside us there is both mud and lotus, demon and angel, black and white. Do not reject your darkness. Do not abandon your light. Growth does not come from denial. It comes from transforming what arrives, grinding trash into nourishment until the tree blooms and bears sweet fruit. Give, and you will have more. Cling tightly, and you will lose. Meaning lives in contribution, forgiveness, sharing. Tomorrow, when we leave, we take nothing with us. So help if you can. Expect less repayment. Practice compassion. Practice honesty. Practice the simple life. Slow down, not to fall behind, but to stop being shallow. Slow down to see your emotions clearly, to hear the beat of your own heart, to recognize what matters and what only glitters. Living long is not the point. Living deep is. And remember the 3 keys: accept, change, and leave. If you cannot accept, then change. If you cannot change, then leave. Don't keep asking others why. Ask yourself what you are building, what you are aiming for. Not everyone will understand you. It is enough that you understand your own path. Hardship passes. Every tomorrow is a new day. Don't wear your bitterness on your face. Don't drown the room with complaints. Don't beg the world for meaning. Create it. Be stronger. Enjoy what you are doing. Improve by doing your best. Don't rush to believe you are alone. If no one worries for you, learn to comfort yourself. If no one cheers you on, learn to rise anyway. Keep yourself clean and dignified. Forgive those who hurt you, yet do not give them endless chances to repeat it. Keep kindness, nurture sincerity, be tolerant with others, strict with yourself. Everything else, let conditions unfold. One day you realize, caring too much for someone who does not care back can hurt you. Another day you realize, some things can be held only once. When released, they are gone. Expect too much, and disappointment grows. Give too much, and you become exhausted. Wait too long, and pain deepens. So learn to turn around when you are not treasured. You may cry, you may ache, but do not despair. Today's tears become tomorrow's maturity. Scars become strength. Life is like an ice cream bar. Taste it before it melts. You do not need to script your life as a tragedy. Walk forward. Equip yourself with strong wings. Fly toward what you want. Ask less of others. Ask more of yourself. With fewer desires come fewer anxious calculations. Forgiving others is freeing yourself. Live simply. Care for your family and friends. Develop your strengths without needing to prove yourself to anyone. 1 minute of anger steals 60 seconds of joy. So be gentle. Yield with ease. And if you chose your path yourself, don't drown in regret. Every decision had its reason. Sometimes your own understanding is enough. In the end, to one person you may be nothing. To another you may be a treasure beyond price. Remember where your value truly lives, so you can act in the way that suits you best. Meet those who love you, and you learn gratitude. Meet those you love, and you learn sharing. Meet those who don't understand you, and you learn tolerance. Meet those you don't understand, and if you have heart, you learn empathy. Kindness is not foolishness, it is foundation. Patience is not fear, it is wisdom that opens wide skies. Tolerance is not weakness, it is the art of making life whole. Silence is not ignorance, it is the choice to let time speak. Forgiveness is not the absence of principles, it is refusing to let one wrong erase everything. Honesty is not naivety, it is lightness. Loyalty is not stubbornness, it is cherishing the precious time fate allows. Be neither fake nor deceitful, because false lives cannot attract true friends or beautiful outcomes. In the end, a human life is not judged by how brightly it glittered, but by how steadily it burned. One day you will look back and realize So much of what once felt urgent was only noise. The applause fades, the comparisons dissolve, the possessions scatter, and even the wounds soften at the edges. What remains is simpler than we expect. The quality of your heart, the integrity of your choices, the tenderness you offered, the peace you protected. So guard your inner life as you would guard a flame in wind. Spend your days as if they matter, because they do. Love without losing yourself. Work without selling your soul. Give without keeping score. Forgive without forgetting your worth. And when life grows heavy, return to the plain truth you can always carry. You are alive. You are here. You can begin again. Walk on, quietly, clearly, until your days feel like your own.